happy FC25 beta day. My god, it's been hectic. I hope you guys have had a more relaxing afternoon than I have. This was my day to get a load of content stuff done, and that dropped, and then we had this stream, and it's just been a bit all over the place. So glad you guys could join me if you've stepped away from the beta as I have. I've lost Mr. Delosa to the beta. If you see him, send him my way. But yeah, as always, we are Pro Clubs Weekly, and we are here to provide you tonight with some VPG Esports Premier action as per usual. And two teams tonight are in the lobby waiting, actually. Very good boys and girls. Altay, our favourites, as you can see, are taking on Creative. We don't actually have favourites, by the way. It is 12th plays 19th respectively, and the last time we did see Creative on the channel, obviously they caused a bit of a storm coming back from 1-0 down to win 2-1. And Altay, we've met in person recently as well, so lots of love for both of these teams. Hey, I've done the research. There's no time to go through it all. Hopefully I'll try and pick some up in comms, but these two teams are not where they want to be in the league, put it that way. Altay are 1 win in 7. Creative are no wins in 5, and I'm sure neither team will thank me for saying either of those stats, but something's got to give tonight, and why not do it live on the VPG Esports YouTube channel on FC25 Beta Day. There's a good buzz around clubs. There's a very, very good buzz around clubs right now, and why the hell not? So let's get down to business. First game of the night, Altay versus Creative, and after that we've got Skyfall, 4th place Skyfall, take on league leaders Poise. Stick around if you can pull yourself away from the beta. And it seems like we're waiting on just one person at the moment. Is everyone going to get in? I think everyone's going to get in. Creative are going to be in the black from right to left, which means Altay are in the white from left to right. Annoyingly, Altay's kit is black, but we move. Anything to put me off this evening, as Davey takes an early challenge. You can see, well, he wins a free kick for his team deep in his team's own half. And yeah, like we say, Creative at 19th, a very, very good side. It just shows the depth of this league, of the VPG Esports Premier. We've been speaking about digital a lot recently. They've just overtaken Altay, and that's kind of what 4 or 5 good results in a row can do for you in this league table. And a ball over the top from the right back area goes straight through to Middleton, who will not mind me saying, not only is he the top ranked player in this Altay team, he is the top ranked goalkeeper in the Esports Premier at the moment. Not too bad at all. And this man on the ball, Ben Ray from Sheffield Wednesday Esports to Altay. Dreams do come true. Here's Olmo on the left-hand side, swings it into the back post for Creative. Middleton with the composure to take that down. I think there was a foul in there. He's unhelpfully wearing the same kit as Creative though, so watch this space. But as you can see, early doors, Altay they're looking to flex a little bit by playing out from the back, which is what they do very, very well. And I want to get that man on the ball as often as possible. Zanares, 14 goals in 21 games this season. But it is Creative who started the stronger so far. Well, King comes away with it for Altay, the Turkish side. Benray into Dondada. Carincha Jr., quality player. Look out for him, boys and girls. Matzo, another quality player on that right-hand side. I think did he win like player of the tournament over in another competition some other time. Very, very good player, that man. Very, very good player. Dondada into Zanaris' feet. Faji makes the tackle and wears. Good to see him still playing in the Esports Premier as well. Once of Memzino ball. Good player, centre back. Nino. Good football from Creative, and I think both of these sides have maybe possibly started like two teams that haven't been free-flowing, haven't been picking up those results. A bit of a tentative start for both, but it's what they both need. They both need just to play themselves into the game, not go a goal or two down, and that's exactly what we've got here. Corincha Jr., though, drops the shoulder. It will trickle through to the aptly named Y, who, if memory serves correct, had a fantastic game out last time we saw him, which I think was Tuesday. So a week ago today. Brillo. Big switch to Jade. Into Newman's feet. Again, Newman, 10 goals this season, leading the line for Creative. 10 goals from a team sat in 19th position in the Esports Prem is a very, very good return. That might get cut out. Saliba does well, gives it to Ramos. And again, Altay just showing they like to play out from the back. They've got the players to do it as well. And here we go, 3v3. Matzo looks like he may have just strayed Zanaris. Bit trigger happy with that run, but the warning signs are there for Creative. A good line by them, to be fair, actually. Restart with the free kick deep in their own half. The goalkeeper won't come for this. King's going to have to deal with though. Cushions it down for himself. Now the press is on. Lucas, I mean, he let him off a little bit there. If he could have kept possession there, it was going to be one high up. And again, they'll get the throw in deep in their own half. Creative just boxing this Altay team in at the moment. Aqua goes long. Brillo steps in nicely. He's having a good game so far. Here is Lucas. Gives it to Davey, who palms it off first time. You can see him trying to green time that shot on the way through. It will be at the expense of a corner, though. Is this a centre forward taking the corner? You know how I feel about that, guys. Edge of the box. Just missed Brillo's head. Matzo does well, though. And here is the goal scorer. The goal machine, Zanaris. Toying with that offside line again. He only needs one chance, boys and girls. Dondada, though, wins it back for Altay. 15 minutes left. Good ball into King's feet. Zanaris on the turn. Dondada, Fadji in there. Great tackle. What can they set off here? I think I mentioned last week just the way the two strikers, Davey and Newman, they peel off into those wide channels. It makes them so difficult to play against. And here we go. Almost got it. A bit of space. Cuts back. Cuts outside. Dinks it into the back post. King. Great header. Good defending from him. And it just makes them so difficult to pick up when they're not in possession. Altay just gotta be aware of those runs into the channel, or channel, should I say? They tend to split off. Davey, Saliba on the edge of the box. Seen him given. Good tackle, but I've seen him given. Fadji takes it down nicely to Almost feet. Back post is on. Great knock. Takes it down. Does Lucas. Edge of the box to Nino. Tries to give the keeper the eyes. It's not done yet, and Olmo wins the header, but that has gone out for a goal kick. Last 10 minutes of the first half. It is Altay 0, Creative 0. Turkey versus Scotland in this one. Yet to make a breakthrough either side. Benray. Big switch. Saliba volleys that through first time, and it is going to bounce for Brillo. Gives it to his centre-back, Wares. And they play themselves well out of this. And this is what I mean. This is a team in 19th position, boys and girls. They play some good stuff. Davies' feet gives it to the goal machine on the other side this time. You've got Zanaris and Harry Newman to look out for on either side. Expect at least one of those to have a say in the goal scoring tonight, should we have any goals. Don't forget, both of these teams in a bit of a skid at the moment. We thought something's got to give, but also nothing has to give, and it could be a 0-0. So let's hope it's not that. Zanaris trying to do everything he can, but Hendricks is there. Gives it down the line as well, and Saliba stepped in, committed himself, and turns out that was the right decision to do, because he wins the ball back. And now here is King, swings it into the back post. Masso's got to run on it. Here is Zanaris. One shot, one goal. That's all that man needs. Masso with the knockdown. The ball into the back post was exquisite. And just like that, Altay are a goal to the good just before half-time. What a time to score. Saliba heads home, and Middleton will milk that for all it's worth. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. First 45 minutes done and dusted for a 45 minutes that had no goals in. It sure did fly by. We got one on the 45th plus minute. And it was Altay who do, 12th place Altay, who do take the lead going into this second half. Now is probably a good time to go over some of the homework we did. So Creative, so again, they probably won't like me saying this, but some big losses in this last 5 games. A 5-1, a 4-2, a 6-4, a 7-1. So there's lots to be positive about going in only 1-0 down at the half-time. And we've seen this team come back from a goal down before as well. So expect big things in that second half. Altay, to be fair, I was going to say not much of the same. They've got a different problem. It says they don't tend to concede, which I think might be worrying for Creative. They've not conceded more than 2 goals in a game this whole season so far. And they've only conceded 8 goals in their last 12. So probably there was a lot in that half-time that Creative wouldn't have want to hear. And it's just as well I'm not doing their team talk. But like I said, we saw them last Tuesday go in 1-0 down at half-time, come back 2-1. They've got the players to do it. They've got the formation and the tactics to do it. Just breaking down this Altay side is going to be difficult for them. They've got to find a way to do that. And answers on a postcard, please, because that's going to be the million-dollar question for this Creative side. They'll be looking to march up the table, because 19th place, that's not where they want to be. That's not where anyone wants to be fair, obviously, but a very, very good side of Creative, with some very good players. But such is the strength of this VPG Esports Premier League. We say it all the time, day in, day out. Zanara slides it through to Corinthia Jr. I mean, a complete role reversal there. It's usually the complete opposite way around, but a good recovery there from Creative back line. I didn't see who it was who got his body across, but a really, really good tackle there. In the nick of time, Corinthia Jr. there, showing he's no slouch on breaking the lines. Davey into Hendricks. I'm not sure he wanted it, but he got it, and he kept it as well. Here's Olmo. Beats his man with a nice bit of skill. Gets to the byline. Almost a shot cross. Middleton parries it and then claims the second ball. I'm not sure he was expecting that, but he took up a good position anyway. Gets the ball down to feet, and again, Altay more than happy to play out from the back, and very, very good at doing so as well. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do it if you can do it, huh? Restarting from the back, and again, Creative just got to be careful, because it's their time at the end of the day. They don't want to press this Altay backline too much, but also there will be a time where they're running out of time to do it. Middleton makes a good stop from Lucas on that right-hand side. The league's best goalkeeper statistically makes the save. I think you'll have to do better than that to beat him in this form as he comes and collects it with the do-rag bang on cue. Is he going to drop it at his feet again? Yes, he is. Clearly a tactic for this Altay side. And being 1-0 up, they've afforded the right to do that, the freedom to do that, almost inviting this Creative side onto them. Despite being a goal down, plenty of the men in black shirts back, although King's got it on the edge of the box, twists and turns his way in with the roulette, and just like that, they've doubled the lead. I mean, Creative have probably looked the more likely to create something. That's clubs, ladies and gentlemen. That is competitive clubs in a nutshell. Middleton definitely being the busier of the 2 goalkeepers, but it doesn't count for anything in this league, in this game mode. It is Altay 2, Creative 0. I don't want to say against the run of play, because they've not been peppering. However, it's been a while since they'd been in that Creative final third, and here they go again, making a habit of it. Here's Zanares. Tries to give it through to the midfielder rushing on. Can't do it. Now Creative, they've got to go for it. They've got to go for it. And we said at half-time, Altay are very, very hard to break down. They don't concede that many goals. And all of a sudden, Creative are in a spot now where they need to find 2 if they want anything out of it, and 3 if they want to make a big difference. Time is not on their side, though. 19 virtual minutes left to go. Throw deep in their opposition's half, though, and Dondana and co will get rid of it. Corinthia now, 2v3, slides it through to Zanares. Good movement from him, does the step over Brillo, though. Brillo's interception was fantastic, but I do think I do think Zanaris was fouled on the way back by the man coming back, and they'll slow this down and maybe think about having a shot from here as well. They've not committed too many men forward, which leads me to believe they are going to have a shot. Of course I'm wrong. Dondana, though, swings it in. They probably should have had a shot because it was 1v about 3 or 4 black shirts in there. And here do come the black shirts of Creative. Just about get away with that one. Lucas into Nano. Gives it to Harry Newman. Ben Ray there, though, although he's given it away. Nino. Just a bit sloppy. Something's happened. And we saw in the last game, this man knows how to take a free kick. He's going on the left-hand side this time. He's maybe not going over the wall, or is he? Outside of the foot curled. He's got choices. He'll do well to beat this keeper from this range. There he is. Middleton bang on cue once again. We know he can score free kicks, Newman. But not this time. That would have made a spicy last 15 minutes. I mean, they can still score from here, though. Keep this Altay side honest, but they're not going to from the first corner. Let's see if they got any scraps. Swings it in. Brillo heads it down to Nino. What a save from Middleton. This man is in inspired form right now. Keeping this Creative side at bay. 12th plays 19th, and again, there's just no easy games in this league whatsoever. Edge of the box. Brillo loses his man. Gives it to Davey. The animation let him down a bit. The first touch. Yeah. Clever play, to be fair. I mean, he's given away the free kick anyway. He was offside there, but Altay happy to leave a man or two forward while defending those corner kicks. Not a bad little tactic, as long as you can stay on side, I guess. Alas, 11 minutes. Time is slowly ticking away. Brillo now getting lots of freedom. Won plenty of headers today. He's had a good game, to be fair. From right centre-back, right back. Somewhere in that right defensive area. And again, Altay, if you thought they were good at playing around with the ball at the back, whilst it was 0-0 or 1-0, try them at 2-0 with 10 minutes left. Something tells me they're going to see this one out. Matzo, good ball into Dondano, who's got the freedom of the stadium to run into here. Gives it out to Ben Ray. Carincha Jr. Hendricks back there doing his defensive duties nicely. I've got 6 minutes. The temptation is to play it long, and to be fair, they've done it. And there's 3v2 somehow. Harry Newman breaking through, slides through. Where's the centre-back? And Middleton there again. Unreal stop. One-handed with the wrong hand. For some reason, the centre-back was up there for Creative. That would have been the spare man. That does explain it. But what a chance that is. And guess who it is? Brillo into the back post. Wares gets beaten to the ball. Or does he? It's just trickled out. And for some reason, Wares has turned into prime Robert Huth, prime Dion Dublin. They've chucked him up there for the last 5-10 minutes. He's had 2 good chances, and it's one of those things where it's, do you want it to fall to a centre back, or do you want it to fall to a centre forward? Hey, what do I know? Lucas gives it away to Saliba, or Saliba intercepts off a Lucas pass, more so should I say. Zanaris, Dondano's had a fantastic game. Out to Matzo. Again, Akers to run into, looks inside, looks for the first time pass, does Zanaris. Good play from him, holds the ball up nicely though. Brillo again, strong contender for man of the match, hardly put a foot wrong, to be fair. Unfortunate to be on the losing side. Ben Ray again, another man who's had a good, very consistent player, that man. Very good game tonight. Just kept Altay ticking over. And another clean sheet for Altay as well. 8 goals conceded in 13 games. That is some record for a team in 12th place as well. They may not score many, but they don't concede many whatsoever. Tiny bit of game management here. Brillo, shock horror on the end of it, but it's not out yet. We are into squeaky bum time. Matzo swings it in. Why not? Kathleen gets it down. Zanaris with the block. Dondana. Brillo with the block this time. And that will be all she wrote. It is Altay Esports 2, Creative 0. Commiserations to Creative, because I think they probably did enough to maybe get a goal, or even, dare I say it, a draw out of that game. They were met by a truly inspired goalkeeper by the name of Middleton. Congratulations, Altay. 12th place in the league, looking to work their way up, and that is the right way to do it. A clean sheet, a good strong performance, and 2 goals to the good. A great start for them for this evening. Again, having only won 1 in their last 7, they do not look like a team bereft of any confidence, let alone wins. So fair play to those guys. And again, Altay and Creative, always an absolute pleasure to call your games. Right, moving on to, I would say main event, because that was a cracking game as well. However, when 4th place, 1st place, people are gonna take note. People are going to take note. Let's see what Mr. Nashore is doing in terms of a stream. He is Mr. Reliable when it comes to streaming. I'll say that now. He won't be streaming, will he? Where are we? Where are we? He is live, but we're in a break. Some kind of game going on. It's in small mode, so do bear with me. To be fair, it does give me a good chance to talk about some of the stats for tonight's 2 teams, which is quite nice because I didn't get a chance to do it with Altay and Creative. They were so prompt and so punctual. I didn't get a chance. So we're in the 86th minute with Poise. So that's good. You don't have to listen to me for too long. So great stuff. Right, let me just get up the chat that lets me know when they're going to be playing, because that would be handy, wouldn't it? Splendid, right. We have got Skyfall in 4th place. And to be fair, I actually did bring up some of the team sheets as well, which they're a bit... They're not the best. They're not the usual ones we have, boys and girls. But do bear with me, because I'll drag these across. Because it's always nice to know who's playing. That's the Altay one. Let's drag this across, and just bear with me. Just bear with me, boys and girls, because this team sheet is better than no team sheet. Let's go across. Right. We have got on the left-hand side Skyfall Esports. Taking on probably one of the most decorated teams in VPG history, Poise. One thing I did want to mention is Luca, obviously in, I say good form. He's in ridiculous form. It's 26 goals in 26 games for that man. What on earth? One thing I did notice from this lineup though is a new centre back in Cute Teletubby. I've not seen him before. He's probably an absolute well beater, but he's the only one in that team I don't particularly, and to be fair, Pereira as well. Unless they're playing under different aliases, it'll be good to see what those guys can do. But as far as the rest of Poise are concerned, Ricardinho's at the back, Edu Martin's an unreal goalkeeper, Forged, who is in unreal form at the moment. If you go and check all the league stats, he's up there with the best of them. And again, Nashore in that cam position. Speaking of cams though, it is the battle of the cams tonight. Polga on the opposite side. 9 assists in 19 games this season for him. He's got Stefle up front playing on his side. 11 goals this season. And to be honest, the rest of the team is just it's just the who's who of pro clubs. It's go and get your best mates together who all happen to be really, really good players. That's pretty much what this Skyfall side is, and that is why they are 4th in the league. And to be fair, we do have, actually that's reminded me, a league table. Look at that, we've got it all going on. So yeah, you can see Poise. So I've lost Nashore's stream, I don't know why. You can see Poise there at the top. 24 games played though, which is way more than anyone else. They want to get this season done and dusted. But they have lost 3 times, and I say that obviously that's not a lot, but for Poise, that's quite a lot. So it's Summer League, availability is not always the best. Super teams will be formed, akin to Skyfall Esports. We all know what they're about. So it's not a foregone conclusion just yet. And I think if you start doing the maths between FG and Black Sheep in 2nd and 3rd, they're 11 points clear of second and third. But FG have got 5 games in hand and Black Sheep have got 6 games in hand. So it's doable. It's doable. Not that I think Poise are going to slip up anytime soon. But games like today, it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. Skyfall yet to play Poise as well, which again I think is a really, really important stat, because there's the potential to take 6 points off another team when you have to play them twice still. However, Poise, unbeaten in their last 6 games, having won all 6. So if anyone knows what they did in the first game tonight, let me know, because we can add to that statistic. But before tonight, they were unbeaten in 6. As was Skyfall, unbeaten in 6, but 4 wins and 2 draws. Both sides beaten by PMI Esports, both their last losses. So they've got the same bogey team, and they'll be hoping they're each other's bogey team tonight. So Skyfall, before we even get into play tonight, they are 19 points behind Poise with 4 games in hand. So again, pick up 3 points here. Still got those 4 games in hand. Okay, this is what I mean. Things can change quickly in the VPG Esports Premier. I mean, just looking at I know it's not their night, but I'll still always find a way to talk about teams that I like. Digital Esports, they were 21st last week, beginning of last week. They're now sat in 11th. So it's just what can happen. Things can change PDQ in this neck of the woods. So here is confirmation of the lineup in the Leicester kit. In the Leicester kit of all kits, Poise. You have to talk me through that one at some point. I'm trying to. Yeah, it's Nashaw's the cameraman. Cute Teletubbies he's the captain. So this is what I mean. I don't claim to know absolutely everything, but quite clearly he's not someone new who's just walked in through the door yesterday, is he? Chisato, again, who we didn't mention on that left-hand side, a very, very good player. And Dries and A Goose in centre midfield. Guys, answers on a postcard, answers in the chat. Name me a better centre midfield pairing than those two at the moment. Unreal. Let's see how close we are to kickoff, because Poise look ready to go. I'm ready to go. I know you guys are ready to go. Skyfall sent. Yeah, they're sending now. They are sending now. We're in a good place right now. Back to the stats then, whilst we wait for that invite to get sent across. Skyfall, 9 goals in their last 3 games and only conceded 6 in their last 6. So again, a bit like that Altay creative game, something really does have to give there, because they're scoring goals and they're not conceding. However, Poise, on the other hand, they've got Luca up front, who we've mentioned has 26 goals in 26 games. And the problem with, I'll see if there's another stream, because we do tend to get quite a lot of ads on this one. Let me just pose that question for you. Yes, they are actually. I've got it. Let's see if this is any better. Let me just pop this up so you're not having to see me do that. But yeah, let me know. Let me know in the chat any score predictions for tonight. This is going to be a difficult one to call, and I can confirm there that did the trick. Invite has been sent. Score predictions from Pro Clubs Weekly. Those of you who don't know me, I am 8ball from Pro Clubs Weekly. Can we look past Poise in this kind of form? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Skyfall are a very good side, but Poise have kind of got that advantage where they're still playing together as a club in the Summer League. think a lot of the time that has a lot to be said. Look at the teams like Digital, like Volt, like Phoenix, who stay together through those summer months. They only get stronger, and I'm worried that that's what Poise are going to do. So I'm going to go 3-1 Poise. 3-1 Poise. Just lots of goals would be nice. Lots of goals would be absolutely fine. As both teams are loading up, ready to go in. It looks like all 22 are in as well, so happy days. No more stats from me. I mean, I did have NGK 9 in 19, but he doesn't look to be playing tonight. Other than that, the rest of the talking is going to be on the pitch, and I guess from me, unfortunately for you guys. Let's get this show on the road. Poise versus Skyfall. Big game. 4th versus 1st. And we do have Poise in the away Leicester kit from right to left. Blue and dark blue. Nashaw picks it up early doors. Early touch for him. And the captain, Teletubby. Drees goes long, just about finds Festic. Babinho gives it to the danger man, Luca. Cuts back. Festic. Good start from Poise. Obviously, I mean, again, if you know any of the results from the first games, do let me know down in the chat. But Poise look like they're coming out with a point to prove. Knocking around nicely early doors. And now it's Skyfall's turn in the red from left to right to give them a taste of their own medicine. And to be fair, you'll see that in this game, because you've got two teams full of 22 players who like the ball to feet and can have the ball under pressure in tight areas, which is why this league, my friends, is so good to watch. Chisato has his shot blocked at the expense of a corner. Nashaw for Poise, 7th minute, goes front post to Jews. Luca is there. It's 1-0. How many times have we seen that? Poise straight from the training ground. It's one of the advantages of staying with the same team through the summer months. You keep the same routines, and my God, how many times have we seen that? Guys, I say it all the time. At this level, sometimes the fine margins are the set pieces, the corner routines, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do about them. Goal number 27 for Luca. Unreal return, even for him. Chisato tries to take on Presnicki but fails. Kula tries to get down the line but fails. Festic wins it back, and here we go. Poise. Drees into striker's feet, but well won back by the centre-back. Stepped out, and the cameraman does well to just regain possession for Skyfall. Just taking a bit of a blow from that initial corner, that initial goal. They'll do well to play themselves back into this as Chia heads it off his own line. You don't see that very often, but we move. Polga coming deep to get the ball. Probably his first touch. Mevsi loses out to Chisato, who again we said is a very good player, both offensively and defensively. Nashaw and Chisato double team on this left hand side, but the referee does not like it for some reason, and we restart with a free kick. Skyfall deep in their own half, trying to play out, and Presnicki was offside. It didn't look like it. He's about 10 yards inside his own half by the time he picked it up, but the linesman knows. Mevsi. Good press this from Poise. They can just break this like Polga's going to do here. Here we go. A bit more room for them, but Ricardinho, one of the best in the business, at just stepping forward. And speaking of best in the business, here comes... No! It's so good to watch. Luca bursting past his man. Nashaw bursting through with the run. Finds his teammate. Stabs it goalwards. And Chia with a very good save. But Skyfall up against it here. A great start from Poise. League leaders Poise. Cooler flicks it through, and here is Stefle one-on-one. It's a rush-style penalty. Here we go. 1v1. Slots it away. That is what the best players in this league do. One chance, one goal. I don't think he's touched the ball before then. It doesn't even matter. Cool as you like. ice in the veins. That was from their own corner, Poise. They scored from a corner and they concede from their own corner. It's a cruel mistress, clubs. And just like that, it's one apiece. Steffley, his 12th goal of the season as well. Henry into Polga's feet. Nayshaw loses out, but Festic and Cohen, they're just getting a bit sloppy. Steffley, Ricardinho does really, really well there. Good start to the game from him. Nayshaw with runners down the line. They just, I think they kicked through his foot because it actually is going to be a Skyfall throw-in. A bit unfortunate there, actually, because the ball was on. I thought he got tackled, but we move. Mevzi into Henry, who plays it first time. Into Striker's feet now, into Polga. Gives it back. Steffley loses man. Gives it to Cooler FX. Juves with a fantastic tackle. Goes to ground. Stabbed into the back post. Cooler did go down in the end. Nothing given. Forged in there. Just about gets it away, and well done by Poise. Good football from those guys. Luca does his best. Step over and puts the burners on, but he was outnumbered 3-1. They get it down the line, do Skyfall. This game has really, really come to life since that equaliser. Polga cuts back. Forge, though, tracks back about 50 yards to make that tackle. There is an advantage, and they are going to give it because they do give the ball away. Edu Martins restarts us, and end-to-end stuff. 10 minutes to go in the first half. We don't want this first half to end, really. We don't want the players to lose this momentum. It's a good watch from a strictly neutral point of view. Forge tries to head it inside, loses out though to Henry, who's having a good game. Cameraman too, double whammy. Speaking of good games, Ricardinho gives it to Luca. They just get told to give it to that man because look, he can get your team 70 yards up the pitch and also potentially do something now. I thought there was a hint of maybe a dive in there. In the end, the defender does well for Skyfall. But again, danger signs are there. Ricardinho's having a fantastic game. Takes it down nicely. Not many better in the business than that man. Festic into Babinho's feet, but given away. And Henry again in there doing the dirty work in that CDM position. Hands it off to Tutuk. Henry picks it back up again. Trying to keep this Skyfall team ticking over. Mevzi into Steffley. Cooler on the outside to press Nicky. Is he going to get it back? No, he's not. Cooler happy to hold on to it. And Babinho, look at that. Centre forward back there doing the defensive work. And they just leave this man up front. Most of the time, that's all you need. But good defending again. This time from Karaman. Mevzi deep in his own half. Cooler turns, gives it to Henry. Just approaching half-time now. Is there time to get a shot off, have a chance? And there might be, but it's not going to be for Skyfall, that's for sure, he says, as the half-time whistle goes. And I think every time Poise get a corner, there's a goal. So let's encourage that a little bit more. You don't know which end there's going to be a goal at, but hey, there's a 100% record of corners to goals ratio. It is one apiece, Skyfall and Poise. This is top of the table clash, VPG Esports Premier. All the action being called by me, 8ball, over at Pro Clubs Weekly. What a game, what a game. I think the second goal really burst this game into life. It's what we would expect to see from two teams competing for the championship, to be fair, this Summer League Championship. Poise currently sit top. They are 11 points clear, but my God, do a lot of teams have a lot of games in hand over them. So there is absolutely no way that those boys are counting their chickens. And you'll see that in the second half because they're going to come out all guns blazing, I would imagine. Housekeeping, Skyfall in the red from right to left. Poise in the dark blue and light blue kit. Leicester away kit. From left to right. Current league leaders, finishing second in the league last season, on the last day of the season. Festic into Balbino. Here we go, boys and girls. Oh no, it's not going to be a corner. It looked like it took a deflection. They obviously just pulled it wide. I think Poise will be wanting to see more out of Balbino in this second half. especially if you think some of the players he's keeping out of that team as well. It's a big ask to play up front for Poise. Partner that man Luca, it must be intimidating. Cooler FX on the edge of the box, having a good game. Cuts it back to Polga, gives it to Stefano Ricardinho. There's another man who's having a very good game. Mebsi does really well to win that back, actually, and they recycle it. But Henry, maybe the first time he's lost out this game. Nashaw pinches it off his toes. Luca into Balbino, spins on the ball. Good turn from him, but Semi is in there. And Skyfall live to fight another day, just about. Good defending from the Reds. Polga, is he going to pick out a key pass here? Usually does. Plays it safe, gives it to Mevzi. Back post. Tutuk, blocked by Ricardinho. A bit of a slack tackle in there. Poise having to do their best kind of impression of defending under pressure, but they put themselves under pressure is what they did. And Skyfall almost fell to Cooler there. And again, it's very unpoised like. I thought they're going to come out all guns blazing, but they look a bit nervy. And Seme wins that back, gives it to Karaman. Not much on, so he's going to have to go long. Doesn't find his wide man, instead finds his opposite number, Forged. Good turn by Luca, inside to Festic. Good feet from him, out wide is on, out wide it shall go. Chisato looks as if he was gonna break to the byline, instead cuts inside. Nashaw finds its way through to Luca somehow, and they're gonna get, not a corner ladies and gentlemen, but a phantom free kick, and guess who's gonna take it? It is that man Luca, 27 goals this season. Which side is he going to go? Heart in the mouth time, against the wall. It's not done yet though. Dries gives it back to Luca, who loses out to Mevzi. He's going to be frustrated with that. Polga, good feet from him, loses his man, gives his team a bit of space, and they do go long because the space is over here on this left-hand side. They don't capitalize. I'm not. That might be their game plan, but there was a lot of space over on this left-hand side. There was a lot of space to counter. Quite clearly, keeping the ball under wraps is something that the Skyfall side have spoken about, maybe before the game, maybe at halftime. But here is Polga. They're going to reap the rewards of this, possibly. But Festic gets in the way of that stab through ball, and Cooler's going to pick up with a 3v3, tries to slide it through. Again, it's sloppy in this final third. Ricardinho though does well, comes back into danger, and this second half defensively solid, but just trying to get the ball out of their defensive third has been difficult for Poise, although they do it beautifully this time. Now I've said it, it is Forged, but Luca's dropped back, so he's not in the box. Man goes to ground, gives it to Nashaw, but again, he's just absolutely crowded out. And these two teams cancelling each other out a bit. It's good to watch because it really, truly is just a tactical chess match. And this is what you get with the two top teams. Mevzi gives it to Cooler, immediately tries to take on Jews, but stood up tall, did Jews, and dispossesses. And now it's Luca breaking the line with the Nashaw through ball, cuts back. Dries over the top. Are they going to get anything out of it? They do. They keep it alive. They could have had a corner, but Nashaw decides to keep it in, toying with danger as Luca enters the box, but no foul. And it's Ricardinho again, that man with the green hair, just tidying up. That's what he does. Balbino to Chisato on this left-hand side. Chalk on his boots. Gives it back to Balbino, but they come back. Both teams very tentative at the moment, looking for just one chance. That's all these two teams need. Karaman, though, again, having a good game. Polga shrugs off his man in his small man build. Only the best players can do that. Cute Teletubby, though, does well from centre-back. Forge flicks it on. Luca finding all kinds of spaces in this second half, but just not in the spaces they want him to operate, which is 12 yards out. Here is Tutkut. Stabs it in, but Edu Martin's there. A rare touch for him, and it's 9 minutes left to go. Is there going to be a breakthrough for either one of these sides? What they would give for a goal. Balbino gives it to Chisato on the overlap. Semi does really well. He just waited. He just waited for Chisato to make the first move. Chisato didn't make any move, but however, Skyfall for some reason decided it's best to concede a corner, knowing fine well that there's been a goal at every single corner. Maybe they'll be hoping for a counter-attack here. Near post. It goes all the way through to Cute Teletubby. Back post is on. It's Ricardinho with the green hair. Swings it into the back post. Headed down by Juice. Gives it to Lucas. Hit the crossbar. Has come back down. How has that not gone in? They'll be calling for VAR. They want the goal line technology out. But on the other side, here we go. It's Polgren. You know he can pick that pass at the back post. The man's come towards the front post, though. I'm not sure that was the right move. He was, he was looking for that first time pass. He does eventually get it through to the back post. But Forge is there by this point. He doesn't go to ground and Henry wins it. What a chance that was for Luca. But what a chance this is for Skyfall to make them pay. And you can just see the patience in this Poise side. They just kept looping it back into the box, trying to find one of their strikers. They did find him, and he found the crossbar. But here is Balbino Semi with a fantastic tackle right at the death. But here is Dries. He keeps it alive. Forge has got to go in from here. Edge of the box. 2 Jews. Heads it down. Semi is there. And that is all she wrote. It finishes honours even between two quality teams. To be fair, I think it could have gone either way at any side, but Poise will be looking at that huge chance right at the death. The 88th minute, Luca hitting the crossbar. 27 goals this season. You arguably would have put your house on it. A half chance by most people's standards, a chance by that man's standards. But it is honours even. The spoils are split. 1 point each. Skyfall 1, Poise 1. Ones all around. And hey, we said something had to give. It didn't. Nothing really gave. Nothing really gave. Right, boys and girls. You know, I said at the intro to this, if you can just pull yourselves away from that FC25 beta for an hour, I would be happy. You've done exactly that. Thank you so much. Those of you who don't have the beer, I'm sorry. We'll report on what we like, what we don't like in due course, as will, I'm sure, everyone. For those of you who don't follow Pro Clubs Weekly, go and do that now. We're on absolutely everything, including YouTube. For those of you who are not subscribed to this channel, we do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, a minimum every single week, so make sure you're subscribed. Put the notifications on for that, because there's some good stuff happening here. You already knew that anyway. You probably already subscribed. And if you're not, if you're stumbling on this for the first time, you have no idea what competitive 11s is, please get involved. Stop with the divisions, stop with the small mans, no drop-ins. Get involved in competitive pro clubs. Guys, that is all she wrote for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go and do all that good stuff. Follow Pro Clubs Weekly. Follow VPG. And I'll see you on Thursday with some more VPG esports action. Bang on here. 8:30 onwards. It's only good stuff, boys and girls. Only good stuff. Cheerio.